Greetings, students. I'm Mr. Harrison. Welcome to the first day of school, 2020-2021. I'm going to just give you a quick rundown of what's on the whiteboard and what you can expect every day. Right behind me there, as you walk into the room underneath the American flag there, is your bell work question for today. It'll be there every single day. In the middle of the board will be the stuff that we are drawing, visual aids, any notes that we're putting on that I'm going to have you write down or type down. And then on the other side of the board, over here, is a description for you of what we're going to be doing during the day. That will include the agenda, the date, the homework, and a measure by which you'll know if you get it. So let me walk you through those pieces right now. The first thing I want you to look at is the date. This date's going to change every day because the day changes every day. But that's where it'll be in case you forget. Right here it says learning goal. This is your objective for the day. It's your goal by the time you leave the classroom for this lesson. So there's this little acronym here, SWBAT. SWBAT. It stands for students will be able to. So you, the student, by the time you leave, will be able to whatever it says next. In this case, it says students will be able to describe the procedures for entering and exiting the classroom, moving in the hallways, getting and eating lunch, and the procedures during class. So there are a lot of things. Some of you might be thinking like, okay, like that kind of seems like an important thing, but what I'm going to do every day is have a video like the one you're watching now that describes what we're doing in terms of what you need to be able to do, like why we're doing it. And then I'm going to make a brief description of like why you should care about that. For this one, it's kind of easy because most of you want to know, especially during the pandemic, how are we doing things in the classroom? How are we doing things in the hallway? How are we doing things in the lunchroom? And it's not hard to draw importance to that, but your safety is our number one goal here. As long as we're able to meet in person, we want to keep you as safe as possible, which is why we have masks. It's why we have social distancing, and it's why we have other procedures within the classroom and in the hallway. So we're going to walk through those procedures today, and we're going to walk through the entering the classroom procedures, the exiting the classroom procedures, because they're different than they used to be. How moving in the hallways is different. Getting lunch is different. During class is different. So there's a lot of things that you're probably wondering how are we going to do things this year, and that's what we're going to go over. That's why it's important, because we want to keep you safe, and in order to keep you safe, you got to know how to do things this year during the pandemic. So that's your goal. Then you got your homework right here, and that will be mostly, probably the vast majority of it will be on Canvas, and that's a platform we'll describe very, very quickly. And then the I know I get it when piece, that's just basically how you're going to show that you get it and know that you get it. Okay? And then the agenda. This is how we're going to get ourselves to this piece right here of showing me that you understand this learning goal, that you've mastered it. So our agenda today and every day should probably start with an agenda video like the one you're watching right now. Unless I'm sick and can't be here and there's a substitute, then we'll have to adjust. But that's my plan right now, is to make a video for you to walk through what we're doing every day. Next, we're going to do the bell work, which, as we just walked past over here, was on that side of the board. We just passed it. That's what you'll do. That's going to include writing the bell work, writing the answer to the bell work, and then we're going to discuss it. See, it says discuss right here. Don't worry if you have to make an educated guess. You'll get to correct your answer and make it a little better even once we discuss it. So you get to add that information in there. Next, after we discuss the bell work, we're going to cover class and school expectations, what's expected of you while you're in this classroom and while you're in the hallways. Then we're going to do the class and school procedures. So that's going to be pertaining more to like in the hallways, in the lunchroom, entering and leaving the building, that kind of thing. And then after we go over those procedures and expectations, how things are done, we're going to give you an introduction to Canvas, which is if you remember last year we did a lot of Google Classroom stuff. Canvas is our new Google Classroom. It's how we're going to be interacting digitally with each other. And then lastly, once we've covered all this stuff, the last thing on the agenda is going to be some sort of exit ticket type closure activity at the end of class. And that's going to be today a shoulder summary of the procedures. Okay, so every day you'll have this stuff here. Should be a shorter video because we don't have to go over the actual whiteboard itself. We'll just be going over what's over here. But every day we're going to have this agenda video, and most days will have maybe a question, a follow-up question, or a discussion point afterwards. But this is what we're doing on day one of 2020-2021 school year, and hopefully we can have a great year together.